Welcome back to a new video from TechBoost. My name is Jordi and today I will show you how to install the Corsair QL140 RGB fans in your PC build. I already made an installation guide of the Corsair QL140 RGB fans, which are rather complicated to install. Corsair has clearly learned from this and made the installation of these QL140 RGB fans easier. I purchased a pack of 2 RGB fans that will perfectly match the RGB of my new Be Quiet PC case. Let's start by looking at the contents of the package. Everything is neatly delivered in separate compartment boxes containing all the parts. In the package we first find the 2 Corsair QL140 RGB fans. These are also available separately and you can buy them in another size, the QL120 fans. There is also a Corsair lighting node core included that allows you to adjust and synchronize your lighting with beautiful patterns and effects using the Corsair IQ software. Of course, mounting screws are also included so that the RGB fans can be mounted in the PC case. Finally, there's also a manual in the box where you can find all the installation steps. Before we continue with the installation, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. By doing so, you will support the channel and you won't miss any upcoming videos. To better explain the installation, we run through the entire installation per cabling and component. There are 2 cables attached to the QL140 RGB fan. One cable has a yellow label, to RGB hub. This cable is eventually connected to the lighting node core. This lighting node core is also a hub because it has multiple connections for the fans. The second cable with the black label will be connected to the motherboard. We have 2 RGB fans and I am using a fan splitter, but I will come back to this later in the video. The Corsair lighting node core also has 2 cables and comes with a piece of 3M double-sided tape. As we can see, it is possible to connect a total of 6 Corsair RGB fans to the lighting node core. The first cable of the lighting node core is a SATA cable that is connected to another SATA cable that comes from the power supply. The lighting node core is powered through the SATA cable. The other cable of the lighting node core is connected to a USB header of the motherboard. This makes it possible to use the Corsair IQ software from the PC. And as I just said, there is also a piece of 3M double-sided tape. As I mentioned before, I would explain the use of a fan splitter. Because you want to keep the cabling in the PC case tidy, it is handy to connect 2 or 3 RGB fans to one fan header by using a fan splitter. I used the Noctua Chromax NA-YC1 fan splitter. You can't always connect multiple fans to one fan header because of the maximum amount of amps or volts on a single fan header. This becomes clear later in the installation process. So let's see what the installation looks like on the table. The 2 RGB fans are connected to the lighting node core through the yellow labeled cables. These must be connected to consecutive connections, in this case connection 1 and 2. The other black labeled cables of the QL140 RGB fans are not connected yet. This will be explained later in the video. Finally, there are 2 cables of the lighting node core that are not connected yet. The SATA cable is used to power the lighting node core and the other cable is connected to the USB header of the motherboard. Now let's install everything in the PC case. First, we mount the QL140 RGB fans with the mounting screws in the PC case. Make sure the cables of the RGB fans are already on the back of the computer case. After this, we are going to connect all the cables on the back of the case with the white parts and the connections. At the moment, the back of the computer case looks like this and it still looks pretty confusing, but now we are going to go through this step by step. The lighting node core is placed on the back of the case with the supplied 3M tape. The 2 yellow labeled cables of the QL140 RGB fans are now connected to the lighting node core. These are the yellow labels with 2 RGB hub on them. These cables that run from the RGB fans to the lighting node core are nicely hidden. Then there are 2 cables running from the lighting node core to the bottom of the computer case. The first cable is the SATA cable that is connected to another SATA cable that comes from the power supply. The other cable from the lighting node core goes to the USB header on the motherboard. Because this is difficult to visualize, I show the connection on the technical sheet of my motherboard. I'm using the Asus ROG Strix B360F gaming motherboard. The cable from the lighting node core is connected to the USB 2.0 connector on the motherboard, which is indicated as number 12. Finally, we have the cables with the black labels of both Corsair RGB fans. These are connected to the fan splitter. The fan splitter is then connected to a fan header of the motherboard. Because I can't get a clear picture of this as well, I will explain it with a technical sheet of my motherboard. The fan splitter is connected to the case fan 2 header of the motherboard, which is indicated as number 3. By using this splitter, 2 RGB fans can now be connected to one fan header. Please note that most fan headers are 1 amp and 12 volts. These Corsair QL140 RGB fans require 0.3 amp each. Please always check your motherboard's manual to make sure you are not connecting more RGB fans to one fan header than it can handle. With 2 fans on one header you are usually fine. If you want to connect more, I advise you to do research on this or look at the Corsair Commander Pro. I will leave a link for this in the description. I also connected my 2 case fans to a fan splitter. This fan splitter is connected to the case fan header of the motherboard, which is also indicated as number 3. Let me know which and how many RGB fans you have installed or about to install in your PC build. In case you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments and I try to answer them all. If you want to see more videos like this and don't want to miss out on upcoming videos, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like this video so I know what content you like the most. Thanks for watching and I see you in the next video. Have a nice day.